You've heard about the good, you've heard about the bad. Now you will hear about the not so ugly uh, portions of artificial intelligence. Now we know from the good that artificial intelligence and generative AI can be used for any number of things. They can be used to schedule meetings, draft emails. It can be used to draft um, drafts of legislative bills, for instance, among a multitude of other things, legal briefs. It can be used to not only transcribe body-worn camera or interviews, but it also can be used to translate any number of languages and then transcribe it for the user. We also see that AI can be used to analyze various forms of media, whether it be camera, whether it be audio, or what have you. It can also be used to locate evidence on social media and email, identify various patterns, and it can be used to generate a undercover persona, among other things. But artificial intelligence is a tool. It's not a replacement for the work that we do every day. It is a supplement to it, and we've seen um, the issues when we overuse generative AI and AI in general. One of the things that is abundantly apparent is that uh, artificial intelligence is no different than, in many ways, teaching a child. It's what information you give it is how it learns. So inherently, there is some bias to it that we have to recognize and we have to be conscious of when we use it. Um, we also need to be conscious of the fact that if we give it information and that information is otherwise protected by copyright or trademark, that there are legal implications that are imposed thereof. The same is true when we use personal information. One of the things that I think we need to consider is when if we use it in our office and we use it with our case files and we use it with other things, there are CJIS information on there that if any way it can be exposed to the internet, that there's a huge risk there. And it's a civil risk and it's also a potential criminal risk that could be um, an inherent exposure to the integrity of our office. So we need to make sure that we're using it properly. The other thing is that we need, although it is a tool, we need to verify that the tool is working properly. So if we use it for facial recognition, we need to also then put eyes on it to say, is it generating the right response? Can I go in to a grand jury? Can I go into a trial and say, yes, the AI initially picked this out, but then I put eyes on it and I looked at the video, and you, members of the jury, can look at it and say, yeah, it's the same person. If we're using it to translate and to transcribe, have we verified that translation? Have we put eyes on it and listened to it and said, yes, this is accurate, and we've made the necessary changes? Because AI is no different than any number of the way we learn, which is if we have that bias, there's going to be problems with it. One of the tendencies with artificial intelligence is that if it doesn't know something, it can generate a response that may not be based on reality. We see that with legal briefs being used where it's generated by AI, but it doesn't track back to real cases. So there's a lot of concerns here, and we need to be aware of it. It's not good, it's not bad, it's not so ugly, but there is some ugliness to it. We need to be aware of what the technology we're using is. Is it reaching out to the internet? How is it learning? Um, what are the limitations of the software? And we need to do a comparison of it. We just say, all right, this is making my life easier, but it's not replacing certain members of staff. We may need to hire other staff and possibly do a push and pull there. But we need to be aware that there are civil, criminal, and regulatory implications in both the use of it from, first of all, just a basic development of AI with the information that it ingests in order to develop that intelligence, but also that the result that it's putting out may be accurate, and the key error there is may be accurate. Our job is to do justice, so may is not acceptable when we're making an arrest or when we're using it to potentially secure a conviction. And that would highlight the importance that artificial intelligence, there is a good, there is a bad, and then there is a not so ugly. It's a tool, but it's not a replacement for the good work that we all do every day.